Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. My humble obeisances to all the devotees who assembled for this morning Bhagavatam discussion. I was asked to speak on the principle of gratitude. Originally, this quality of gratitude is present in the Supreme Lord Krishna. And that quality of gratitude must be imbibed by all the living entities who are ultimately parts of Krishna, who are ultimately amshas of Krishna. Krishna is supremely spiritual, and as his amshas, we are also spiritual. And Krishna is supremely grateful, as his amshas, we also need to be grateful. We are grateful. Sometimes our quality of gratitude may be covered because of ignorance, because of ego, and many other material considerations. But it's our responsibility to cultivate this quality of gratitude as a part of Bhakti. Why Krishna is grateful? There is a beautiful shloka spoken by Uddhava in the Uddhava Gita. It's just before Uddhava Gita actually. In the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th chapter somewhere, this beautiful shloka comes. Tasmad bhavantam anavadya banantaparam sarvagnam akuntha vikuntha dhishnyam nirvinnadhi ahamuhe vrijhinabhitapto narayanam narasakham sharanam prapadye. Tasmad bhavantam anavadya banantaparam. Very sweet shloka. Uddhava is glorifying Krishna. Very beautiful prayer. Tasmad bhavantam anavadyam. Oh Lord, you are anavadyam. Means you have no flaws in your character. You are faultless. You are perfect. Anantaparam means you are unlimited. No one can surpass you in your qualities or in your opulences or in your vibhutis. Tasmad bhavantam anavadyam anantaparam. Hare Krishna. Sarvagnam. Sarvagna means you know everything. You're omniscient. There is nothing in the entire creation that is unknown to Krishna. Sarvagnam Ishwaram Akuntha Vikuntha Dhishnyam. You are Ishvara, the Supreme Controller. Akuntha Vikuntha Dhishnyam. The shloka speaks so many things, very beautiful things, but we will not elaborate on all those things. But the main point for our discussion today in the current context of gratitude is Sarvagna. Sarvagna means one who knows everything. Acharyas explain this word Sarvagna in this shloka in a very, very enchanting manner. Because Krishna is Sarvagna, he is Kritagna. Sarvagna means he knows everything. Therefore he becomes katagna, means he is grateful. We should know what services other devotees have done. We should know, we should be aware of the contributions or support that people have given us. Then we can be grateful. So instead of feeling so overwhelmed or preoccupied or obsessed or infatuated with our own thoughts and emotions and feelings and activities, let us observe how other people are contributing to our spiritual lives and be grateful for it. Krishna is Sarvagna, means he remembers every single seva that we have done. Even if you offer little patram or pushpam to Krishna 10 lifetimes back or 10 yugas back or in the previous creation or previous kalpa of Brahma, still Krishna remembers it eternally. Tulasidala matrena jalasya chulukena va vikrinite swamatmanam bhaktebhyo bhaktavatsalaha. Just when you offer a tulasi leaf, tulasidala matrena jalasya chulukena va, offer little water to Krishna. Krishna feels that this devotee has purchased me for the proper price of, for the proper payment of tulsi leaf and water. Krishna feels sold out to such a devotee. He is grateful. Krishna is extremely grateful for little water. Doesn't he have water? In the 7th chapter Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, Bhumirapo na lovayuh khammano buddhirevacha ahankara iti yambe bhinnaha prakritirasthata. Bhumi, Jala, Agni, all these things came from Krishna. Water came from Krishna, and you took that water which came from the Lord and offered it back to him. 1 cup. Not that you are offering entire Pacific Ocean. 1 little cup of water, 1 spoon of water, 1 achaman, one spoon of water you are offering. Krishna feels so grateful. My God, this devotee has offered me water. Flower. Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita, Punyo gandha prithivyam cha tejas chasmi vibhavasau. Punyo gandha prithivyam cha. Natural fragrance of earth element comes from Krishna. Earth came from Krishna. The earth's quality of fragrance came from Krishna, and the fragrance came into the different flowers, and you pluck 1 flower in the creation and offer it to Krishna. Krishna becomes so grateful for it. You offer a little tulsi leaf to Krishna, Krishna becomes so grateful for it. He is aware. Sarvagna means he knows everything. Means he knows every single service we have done. He knows every single thought that has crossed our minds. Right? Positive or negative. And especially because he is very kind and liberal, he ignores our negative thoughts and he focuses on our positive thoughts. He ignores whatever is unfavorable in our attitude and he accepts whatever is favorable. Just like Putana came to kill Krishna. Putana offered milk to Krishna. But that's poisonous milk. Not pure milk. Poisonous intention and poisonous ingredient. Right? Intention is poisonous and even the content and intent, both are poisonous. But Krishna thought, she offered me milk. She came to kill you. Forget it. She offered me milk. She came in the attire of a mother. She's a Rakshasi. Forget it. She came in the form of a mother, and as soon as I saw Putana, I remembered Rohini Mata. When Putana just entered the room of Krishna, 6 days old baby lying on a cradle, and he saw Putana. For a moment he thought, oh, Rohini Mata came. Rohini Mata came. My mother came. Sometimes when children see so many Matajis, generally they recognize their mother, but for a moment, for a second, they may get confused. Seeing another woman, they may think that, oh, she's my mother. And when they just go and then they turn back, oh, she's not my mother. Even Krishna and Balaram also get confused. They crawl. Janubhyam sahapadibhyam. They just crawl in the land of Raja and move towards some gopis who are doing some household chores or just churning butter, etc. And they from behind they just touch them, this woman, thinking that they are Yashoda, They were Rohini Mata. And when the gopis turn back, oh, not Yashoda, not Rohini. And these kids crawl back. Krishna and Balaram would crawl back to their original mothers. Anyways, Krishna saw Putana and he became very grateful that Putana had some intention to offer some milk. Right? Although her intention was originally to kill, but she did some activity with an unpleasant attitude, but still she did an activity that is like a motherly service to a baby. Let me ignore her attitude, let me accept her attire and activities. Actually, Krishna is Bhavagrahi Janardana. But when Krishna is very desperate to give us some mercy, he will keep Bhava aside. He will only see action, external action. He is Bhavagrahi and Janardana. He is not so impressed with our externals, we say. Yesterday we discussed elaborately on it. Yadhasya charanam dharvasya chavayo. Yes, that's important. But when Krishna is very desperate or very eager to show mercy, he will ignore that attitude also and just give some importance to action. He will find some reason, direct or indirect, some reason to show us mercy. That is Krishna's mercy, right? Is grateful. So coming back to this main point of gratitude, Krishna is Sarvagna, therefore he is Kritagna. Because he knows everything, every single service we have done, every single positive activity we have done, every service that we have done with some genuinity to please Krishna, Guru and Vaishnavas, that Krishna notices. Sometimes we feel, I have done this service with so much of sincerity. This Prabhu did not accept. This so-and-so devotee did not acknowledge it. You may think like that. But please don't get disappointed. Try to find pleasure in the selfless service you have done and not in the recognition that you get for it. Krishna is recognizing anyways. Our eagerness must be to participate in the service. Participation should be our focus, not recognition. We may or we may not get an acknowledgement. We may or may not get recognition for our service, but when we do with a sincere intent to serve, Krishna is recognizing it. Of course, when we are in the side of receiving, when we are on the receiving end, we have to acknowledge, we have to be grateful. As much as humanly possible, we need to go and thank, express our gratitude. So, but Krishna is noticing every single service. Therefore, Krishna is Kritagna. What is Kritagna? Let's analyze this word, Kritagnata. Yesterday we were analyzing the word responsibility, right? Response plus ability. The ability to respond to a situation appropriately is a responsibility. You know what taking responsibility of devotees mean? Equipping them and empowering them with the ability to respond appropriately in various situations. That is responsibility. Parents take responsibility of children. Means they need to empower and equip their children with the responsibility to respond, with the ability to respond appropriately in various situations. Right? That's responsibility. Training. Responsibility is not just giving them food and clothes and other things. A higher sense of responsibility is to empower them and train them with the ability to respond to various life situations in a very mature manner. Anyways, let's come back to Kritagnata. Krita means that which is done. Gna means to remember. Sarvagna. Sarva means everything. Gna means to remember, to be aware of, to be knowledgeable of. Sarvagna means one who knows everything, one who is aware of everything. Similarly, Kritagna means one who is aware of that activity which is specifically done for oneself. Means Krishna becomes very much aware of or knowledgeable of whatever service we have done for him. Simple. That is called Kritagnata. The word Kritagnata literally means that. And this quality of Krishna we also must imbibe. As devotees of Krishna, we also need to imbibe this quality of gratitude. Gajendra was Indebtedness Maharaj in his past life. As Indebtedness, Gajendra did so much service, so much of, he offered prayers, he did so much seva. So, Krishna remembers. And when Gajendra was caught by this crocodile for 1,000 years, then Krishna gave remembrance to Gajendra. Gajendra, you please offer that prayer that you have learnt in your past life. I will come and protect you. Out of Krishna's sincere gratitude, he reminded Gajendra. You know how gratitude is expressed? Gratitude literally means you become aware of, or you become knowledgeable of, or you acknowledge that others have done some service to you. You have received some help and support from others. You become grateful for it. That's remembrance part. But gratitude should not be and need not be restricted to an emotion only. It can come to expression and action. So how do you express that emotion of gratitude? By rendering service to them, by reciprocating with their service at the right time. Right? When you receive some favor from them, you reciprocate with one more favor. That is what dadati pratigrahanati. Bhungte bhojayate jiva. All these are based on the foundational principle of gratitude. There are so many reasons why we should be grateful. You may think, he has not done anything to me. Why should I be grateful? There is some devotee in the community. There are 100 people sitting here, and then one devotee in one corner. He's coming and attending programs and then going away, and you don't have much interaction. Why should we be grateful to such a person? Actually speaking, every single person sitting here or any devotee community is contributing for the overall synergy and harmony of the community. Even if they don't do any practical service, at least at one number, their mere presence will add value to the community. Community looks a little more vibrant. One more devotee, one more devotee, one more devotee, one more devotee. So many such devotees will add beauty to the community. So their mere presence is sufficient for us to be grateful to them. If you want to be grateful. If you want to ignore, or if you want not to be grateful, then we will find hundreds of reasons not to be grateful. But if you want to be grateful, even one reason is sufficient to be extremely grateful. Right? Many times when we receive some help from others, we become grateful. But the extent of our gratitude often depends on the extent of service we have received, the extent of help we have received. When I am very thirsty and you give me some water, when I am very hungry, you feed me some food, or when I have some sickness, you give me some medicine. When I need some emotional support, I am sad for some reason, you come and pacify me, console me, speak some kind words and encouraging words, then I become grateful because I am in need of that. Whether it is physical support or emotional support or financial support, I need some help and you offered me at that right time and I become grateful. But why should Krishna become grateful? Does he need financial support from us? Does he need physical support from us? Does he need emotional support from us? Does he need anything from anyone in the entire creation? Everything in the creation manifested from him. We should be grateful to him. Krishna need not be grateful to anybody, technically speaking. But he is grateful to everybody. Bhaktebhyo bhaktavatsala. So he is so grateful to everybody, even for a small service of offering a cup of water or a few leaves, tulsi leaves at his lotus feet. That is Krishna's gratitude. So he's exemplifying this quality of gratitude and teaching all of us that you need to be grateful even for the slightest favors that you receive. Don't say that I'll be grateful to so and so person only if he does a major help to me. major or minor. Their mere presence also helps us, right? Mother Earth can tolerate the burden of any big mountains, huge and deep rivers, or, uh, or oceans, or many other heavyweight objects are there in this world. Mother Earth can tolerate all that burden, but Mother Earth has no capacity to tolerate the burden of an ungrateful person. An ungrateful person becomes a big burden for Mother Earth. So we have to be grateful. Gratitude is a basic human virtue. What to speak of a devotee, even a human being also should be grateful for whatever he has received. Parents are supporting the children so much. Teachers are teaching the kids. Since our birth, we have been supported by so many individuals, including mother, father, friends, brothers, sisters, relatives, teachers, society in general, sages. Devarshi bhutab trana pitrunam nakinkaro nayam ranicharajan. So in this beautiful shloka that Prabhupada quotes in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which actually appears in the 11th canto of Bhagavatam, in this shloka, it's mentioned that just by merely taking birth, we become grateful to, or we become indebted to so many people. A newborn baby, who may be just 1 day old or a few hours old, the baby is naturally indebted to so many people on this planet. By default, indebted to mother, indebted to father, indebted to the doctor and nurses, indebted to the hospital. Then as the baby is growing up, the baby needs some food, indebted to all the farmers who are growing the food. And as baby grows little more and even goes to school, becomes grateful to all the people who have compiled their textbooks, who offer that knowledge. So many sages have written so many books, so many scriptures. So we need to be grateful to all these sages and philosophers and scholars who are nourishing the humanity with their knowledge and wisdom since time immemorial. Right? So Deva, Rishi, Bhuta, rain comes, sun is there, sun is giving us sunlight. We have to be grateful to sun. We have to be grateful to the moon. We have to be grateful to Indradev for showering rains that give us grains. We need to be grateful to Varunadev for creating so many water bodies. We are drinking what? So we need to be grateful to so many people, Deva, Rishi, so many sages, Apta, friends and relatives, Pitrunam, forefathers. Because somebody takes birth in some family, naturally the family's glory for several dynasties is attributed to this person. The father has accumulated so much property and child naturally becomes uh, a rightful descendant who can claim some authority over it, right? Who can enjoy that property. Child took birth and in such a big home, the child is just playing here and there nicely with toys and all. Who made that home? Father made that home. Grandfather must have made that home. Ancestors have brought that property. And the child is just enjoying. Did he work for it? Did we work for it? We are learning, we learned ABCD, so many things, right in the childhood. So without our endeavor, without any effort, when we are completely helpless as infant babies, so many people helped us, protected us in various ways. We need to be grateful to all of them. Right? How can we forget that? This little baby, mother is holding the baby in the lap. Sometimes other people also, 10 other people also will hold the baby in the lap. So this little child gets so much of affection and love and care from 10 people or 100 people, although there is no biological relation. The child has to be grateful to all of them. So thus we are indebted to everybody around us, directly or indirectly. In a big way or a small way, we are indebted to so many people. And a grateful person naturally becomes respectful to everyone around them. An arrogant person feels that, yes, whatever I have and whatever I am, It's because of me, my efforts, my endeavors. But a grateful person naturally feels humble and respects everyone and values others' contributions to one's life. Let me share one story. Actually, any discussion on this principle of gratitude is incomplete without remembering this story, probably. That is the story of Sudama. I'll not narrate the story very elaborately because all of you know the story. Sudama wanted to offer something to Krishna. He had absolutely no means to offer anything to Krishna. But still, his wife went and begged some flat rice from neighboring homes, and Sudama just managed to carry that little flat rice, 4 handfuls of flat rice to Krishna, and Krishna became so grateful for that flat rice, as if he doesn't have anything. He just took that one morsel of flat rice, and Krishna felt so grateful for that. He said that, he thought that, I cannot repay Sudama for what he has offered me. Generally, when somebody does some help, you reciprocate with another help. That's kind of clearing the debt or expressing your gratitude. But Krishna felt that I cannot sufficiently express my gratitude to Sudama. I don't have that ability. Why? Because what he has offered to me is so valuable that I don't have anything else to offer in return that matches his offering. What Sudama has given me is more valuable than anything that I have in my possession. He has given me 4 handfuls of flat rice. He gave me something which he cannot afford. Although he does not have the ability to offer me anything, he had an intention, he had a desire to offer me something. I am very grateful for that desire. I feel I am incapable of reciprocating with that sincere intent of Sudama to offer me something. What Sudama offered me was beyond his capacity. So, to sufficiently reciprocate with his service, I also need to offer something to him which is beyond my capacity. Is there anything beyond Krishna's capacity? Means Krishna can never express his gratitude sufficiently to Sudama. Krishna felt like that. I cannot sufficiently reciprocate with Sudama's offering. I don't have that ability. He went beyond his capacity to offer me something. Therefore, to sufficiently reciprocate with his offering, I need to go beyond my capacity. Is there anything beyond Krishna's capacity? So Krishna has no capacity to go beyond his capacity to offer Sudama something. So he felt very ashamed. He felt very humbled. Sudama's flatness humbled Krishna. Krishna felt, oh, I cannot give him anything. At one point, Krishna humbled Bali Maharaj, long ago. Bali Maharaj had this pride. What was that pride? I am a great charitable person. Whoever comes to me will get whatever he or she wants. I don't deny anything. Whatever they ask, I will just offer. So Bali Maharaj had that slight tinge of pride, not so much pride, but little bit of pride that is a very charitable person. Then one little boy came, Vamanadev, Brahmana boy. He said, all I want is just 3 steps of land, nothing more. Bali Maharaj said, hey, you ask more. He said, no, 3 steps is sufficient. Then Bali Maharaj said, okay, fine, I'll give. And he offered. And Vamanadev occupied the entire universe within 2 steps and said, where is the 3rd step? So Bali Maharaj was little proud of his charitable disposition. And the Lord came in the form of little Brahmana boy, Vamana, and proved that Bali Maharaj cannot even offer 3 steps of land in charity. You are feeling so proud of your charitable disposition, you can't even offer 3 steps of land also. What kind of charitable person you are? I occupied your entire property in 2 steps. Where is the 3rd step? You have given me a blank check with so much confidence that I can put any figure and then I can get it. But you don't have sufficient bank balance with you. You only have the bank balance of pride. You don't have the bank balance of property. So Bali Maharaj is humbled. Coming back to Krishna's case in reciprocating with Sudama, Krishna felt very humbled. Of course, Bali Maharaj had some pride of being a great charitable person, but Krishna is always humble. Krishna is always humble. He admits, yes, I don't have the ability to offer this sufficiently reciprocate with my devotee service. Before even Sudama episode happened, Krishna folded his hands and told the gopis of Vrindavan, Naparaye ham niravadya samyujam, oh gopis, you have done so much seva to me. I don't have the ability to reciprocate with that seva. Naparaye ham niravadya samyujam swasadhu krityam vibudhayu shapiva. Even if you give me so much of time, one full lifetime of Brahma also, okay, fine, you can't repay now, take some time. Generally, when you give loan to somebody, you set some time. In 2 years you clear this loan, in 4 years you clear this loan, in 10 years you clear this loan. But if somebody says, no, I need little more, okay, fine. You take extra time. I'm giving you one more year. Or one more decade. Fine. You take 20 years to clear this loan. Some loans are kept like that. House loan you put, for next 14 years you keep on paying every day, every month, EMIs. Right? So, installments are like sometimes substantial amount is cut from your salary, or sometimes little smaller amounts are cut from your salary and you have to repay for longer time. But Krishna says that even if you keep the lowest EMI possible, and even if you give me the tenure of entire lifetime of Brahma or day of Brahma to repay the debt, still I don't think I can clear your debt, oh gopis. So sadhu krityam, you just be satisfied with your own devotional service unto me. Don't expect any reciprocation. I am grateful, definitely. The feeling of gratitude is there, but ability to express is not there. Ability to reciprocate is not there. Yesterday we discussed so much on how Krishna reciprocates with his devotees. But today we are discussing how Krishna cannot reciprocate with his devotees. Krishna feels so incapable of reciprocating with his devotees. He feels bankrupt. He feels I have no ability to sufficiently reciprocate with the service of this devotee because the extent of the service that they have done is way beyond my capacity to reciprocate. That is Krishna's humility. Only when there is humility, you feel grateful and you feel incapable of reciprocating. Otherwise you feel, दिया ना उसको, और कितना चाहिए उसको? For what he has given, what I have given him is much more. Enough. Yes, don't ask me. Don't ask him to come to me again. Don't allow him here. That's human so-called gratitude. But Krishna is not like that. He feels so indebted to someone even if the service is very, very small and insignificant. For Krishna there is nothing insignificant. In the entire creation everything is significant for Krishna. He values everything. Although he is so detached, he can value everything. He can create an entire universe, and with full detachment he can destroy the entire universe within one breathing period. At the same time, everything within the universe, every single living being within the universe is very valuable for the Supreme Lord, that even the smallest service that is done by the devotee, Krishna counts it, Krishna values it, Krishna remembers it for the rest of eternity. That is Krishna's gratitude. So we need to cultivate that gratitude. Heartfelt gratitude. Actually, gratitude softens the heart. When there is gratitude in the heart, when there is humility in the heart, our hearts are very soft. But when we lack that gratitude and humility, hearts become very hard. We become hard-hearted. Dhruva Maharaj, let's talk about devotees' gratitude now. We talked so much about Krishna's gratitude. Let's talk about devotees' gratitude. Sudama. Because we referred to Sudama's episode, let's discuss a little more about Sudama's episode. Sudama was so grateful to Krishna. He was thinking on his way back home. Sudama was thinking, Krishna did not give me anything. Although Krishna snatched away my 4 handfuls of flat rice, Sudama was not giving. Oh, I will not give, I will not give. Not that Sudama was not thinking, anyways, Krishna is not giving me anything when I came to Dwaraka. At least let me keep this. I can have my next meal on my way back home. He was not thinking like that. He was only thinking that what I brought for Krishna is such an insignificant offering. It's not a worthy offering to Krishna. Krishna is the Supreme Lord. How can I offer anything to him? I think I should not offer. In that mood, Sudama is just holding it back. But Krishna snatched it away from Sudama. And Krishna said, Sudama felt that Krishna has taken my flat rice, but he has not given me anything. Why? My Lord is so careful, and he is so loving and caring for his devotees. He felt that if he gives me some wealth, I may become proud. Krishna wants to protect his devotees from being proud. Krishna doesn't like pride in his devotees. Therefore, Krishna did not want to give me anything. Sudama felt so grateful. My Lord cares for his devotees so much. Sudama had his own interpretation. Krishna, out of his humility, he thought that I cannot sufficiently reciprocate with Sudama's offering. Sudama, out of his humility, is thinking that Krishna did not give me anything because if he gives me something, I will become proud of my prosperity. Let me be poverty stricken only. But the problem with Sudama is he was proud of his poverty. He was thinking that I may become proud of my prosperity, therefore Krishna did not give me prosperity, but actually he was proud of his poverty. So Krishna gave him prosperity and humbled him. That's another perspective. But here, see Sudama's positive attitude here. Although Sudama's pride is very, very small, not so much like Duryodhana or Karna or anything. Very, very small pride, slight pride, because he was little attached to his detachment. So Krishna said, oh, you are so detached, take this money. Take this Indra's palace. Palace as opulent as Indra, and become humble. And after getting the palace also, Sudama was not attached to the palace. He was sitting in the palace and doing Sravanam and Kirtanam only. And now that he's not popular as a poverty-stricken person, he's wealthy. So that attachment is gone, that the reputation is gone, he's humbled. So that's one perspective. But here, Sudama on his way back home, he was thinking, Kvaham daridraha papiyan pakrishna sriniketanah brahmavandhur idismaham bahubhyam parirambhitah. Kvaham daridraha papiyan, I am a daridra, I am a poverty-stricken brahmana. Papi, I am also very sinful. Well, Krishna has Sriniketanah. Where is Krishna? He is the husband of the goddess of fortune. Brahmabandhur iti smaham. Although I am a Brahmabandhu, I am an unqualified Brahmana. Bahubhyam parirambhitah. Krishna embraced me as if I am his elder brother Balaram. He is grateful for that embrace. Sudama was not even expecting some darshan of Krishna also. Some private meeting of Krishna Sudama was not expecting. He was thinking that, okay, I will reach Dwaraka, maybe I will not be allowed by anyone, by the doorkeepers. Doorkeepers may not allow me, but it's okay. Even if I get to see Krishna from a distance, that is sufficient for me. Sudama was thinking like that. One important facet of gratitude is to not have undue and unreasonable expectations. One who has unreasonable expectations cannot be grateful. One who has no expectations can be grateful even for the smallest favor that one receives. So we need to adjust our expectations. Reasonable expectations are okay, but very unreasonable, undue expectations will kill the quality of gratitude, will go against the quality of gratitude. You know what is against the principle of gratitude? A sense of entitlement. I deserve this. I deserve this treatment. I deserve this position. I deserve this respect. I deserve this privilege. So that thought kills our gratitude. Sudama never thought that I deserve some private audience with Krishna. He went to Dwarka thinking that I may not even be allowed inside any palace, but Krishna just gave him a red carpet welcome and made him sit on his personal couch and started washing Sudama's feet with tears in his eyes. Can you just imagine the extent of reciprocation Krishna gave? And despite doing all that, Krishna was thinking that I have not sufficiently reciprocated with Sudama's offering. That is Krishna's humility. Humility and gratitude are inseparable. You cannot separate humility and gratitude. I have full humility, but I'm not grateful to anybody. I'm very grateful to him, I'm not humble. It doesn't work like that. Both go hand in hand. An arrogant person who has no humility cannot be grateful to anyone. A humble person is grateful to everyone, for that matter, even the slightest offering also. That's what gratitude can do to an individual. So Sudama was thinking that although I don't deserve, Krishna gave me treatment like as if he would treat his elder brother. Sudama felt grateful for whatever he has received. He was not thinking that why Krishna is such a confused person and he has not given me anything. Can't he see my dhoti? He did not even give me new dhoti also. Can't he see my belly? Of course, he fed me some prasad, but he should give some grains also. Why can't he send a bullock cart with some loads of grains and fruits and vegetables and maybe some gold coins and diamonds? Sudama was not at all frustrated with anything. When we have expectation, especially unreasonable, undue expectations, that expectations will lead to frustration, inevitably. Expectations lead to frustration. But no expectations will lead to gratitude. Without expecting anything from others, if you get something, you'll become grateful for it. But if you have unreasonable expectations from multiple people, they don't reciprocate, they don't fulfill your expectation, you become frustrated. Now we can decide. Have expectations and become frustrated, or adjust your expectations and become grateful. So gratitude and a sense of entitlement go ill with each other. Now let's come back to fourth canto. Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj was hurt so much by his stepmother. His stepmother told him, "You don't deserve to sit on your father's throne or father's lap. Why? You are not my son. Only my son is qualified to sit on Uttanpad's lap or Uttanpad's throne. Get lost from here." She spoke so many things harshly, and Uttanapad is not controlling her also. So Dhruva Maharaj was devastated at the age of 5. So he went to his mother, and mother started consoling him. Mother told him so many things, and one thing that mother said is, "Tvameva vatsashraya bhrutya vatsalam mumukshu bhirmrugya padabja paddhatim ananya bhave nija dharma bhavite manasya vasthapya bhajasva purusham tvameva vatsa ashraya bhrutya vatsalam." Oh Vatsa, Ashraya Bhritya Vatsalam, please take shelter of that Bhritya Vatsala Krishna. Mumuksha Bhiramrugya Padabja Paddhatim. This Paddhati, this process of taking shelter of the Lord has been followed by so many people, those who desire some liberation. So basically, she inspired Dhruva to take shelter of Krishna. And eventually, Dhruva Maharaj took shelter of Krishna. And within 6 months, he even got the darshan of the Supreme Lord Vasudeva by chanting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And Nardamani guided him. And the Lord blessed him. You can rule your father's kingdom for 36,000 years. Then you can come back to me. Now, the main point. After ruling the kingdom for 36,000 years, a Vaikuntha airplane came to take Dhruva to Vaikuntha Loka. And Dhruva boarded the airplane with so much of gratitude and humility and respect. And the plane was about to take off. But Dhruva wanted to jump off the airplane. Why? He remembered his mother. How can I go to Vaikuntha without my mother? My mother has given that motivational talk 36,000 years back. We forget what happened 36 hours back or 36 minutes back also. But he remembered one 5-minute or 10-minute motivational talk that Mother Suniti has given to Dhruva 36,000 years back. How much time it's required to pacify the child? It's not pacified, but basically whatever Suniti Mata spoke to Dhruva, that can be spoken in 5 minutes or 10 minutes or maybe half an hour or 1 hour or whatever it is. But that few moments that Mother Suniti had spent with Dhruva were a life-changing experience for Dhruva. His life took a turning point. He became a pure devotee. The greatest or the best way of living life is to act as an instrument of Krishna's compassion. So finally, Dhruva Maharaj became very, very grateful to Mother Suniti, and noticing his grateful feelings and his concern for his mother, Nanda and Sunanda, the Vishnu Dutas who came to take Dhruva to Vaikuntha Loka, they told him, Dhruva, don't worry about your mother. See your mother. She's going to Vaikuntha in another airplane. Now you both can proceed to Vaikuntha, don't worry. And what the feelings that Dhruva had towards his mother were not material attachment. Sometimes people in this world may be attached to their mothers or fathers or brothers or sisters or wives or husbands or sons or daughters or friends out of bodily attachment. Even while dying, they will think of them. But here, Dhruva is leaving this world and is thinking of his mother. It's not material attachment. It's purely spiritual. Because his mother guided Dhruva in spiritual life. And Dhruva's gratitude towards mother is on a spiritual plane, not on a material plane. When somebody helps us physically, we become grateful to them. That's physical gratitude. When I need some medicines when I'm sick, when somebody gives me medicines, yes, I'm grateful because he served my body. He supported my body. Or when I'm little down for whatever reason and somebody consoled me, pacified me, encouraged me, I become grateful to them. That's like gratitude on the platform of mind or emotions. But when somebody brought me closer to Krishna by inspiring me in bhakti, that is gratitude on the spiritual plane. We can be grateful to people on physical plane, mental plane, and spiritual plane. So physically or emotionally, you may get support from them. You should be grateful to them, no doubt. But highest level of gratitude is exhibited on a spiritual plane. And Dhruva Maharaj's gratitude to Mother Suniti is on a spiritual plane, not just an emotional plane, not just on a physical plane. And Suniti Mata, she's also going back to Godhead. Of course, she herself is a pure Vaishnavi, no doubt. On top of it, she made another Vaishnava, that is Dhruva. So Prabhupada, out of his humility, he says that maybe by the strength of one of my disciples or followers, by the strength of their devotion, I may also go back to Godhead. Just as by the strength of Dhruva's devotion, Suniti Mata is going back to Godhead. Although Suniti herself is a Vaishnavi, but she never went to the forest. She never stood on one leg. She never fasted for 3 days, 9 days, 12 days, breathing only air once in 12 days. Dhruva did that kind of severe austerity. She never did all that. Alone in the forest, without any fear. But still, she went back to Godhead. Austerity is not important. Right? But when somebody does sincere bhakti and they are grateful to those who have guided them in that bhakti, and those people who are giving guidance to these people, although They themselves are not so elevated. When these people take bhakti very seriously and they become qualified to go back to Godhead, by their grateful feelings, this person who guided them also will go back to Godhead. When you happen to be guiding others, caring for others, or leading others in their path of devotion, don't feel that you are doing something great for them. You are doing, definitely, but we should not feel like that. I have given them Kantimala. Kantimala meene diya usko. Right? Without me giving Kantimala, he is just drowning in Maya. He is the best friend of Maya. Or he always considered Maya his best friend. I pulled him out of Maya. When we feel like that, Krishna will get disgusted with our attitude. When we think we have brought somebody to bhakti, Krishna feels, what have you done? I am the Paramatma in their hearts. You are giving class. I am making them value their statements, and your statements are coming from me. So when you are preaching to somebody, it's a communication happening between the Paramatma and that person whom you are preaching to, and you are just a voice box or a speaker. That's what we need to consider. But when you're hearing class, you don't consider like that. You consider the speaker not as a you are an instrument of Krishna's compassion. You have no role to play. Move aside. Me and Krishna, you should not come in. That's what spiritual life is. Right? When you're a recipient of some favor from some Vaishnava, you should feel very grateful to that Vaishnava and think that this Vaishnava is my connection with Krishna. Without this Vaishnava, I cannot go to Krishna. That should be your feeling. But when you happen to help somebody in their spiritual life, you should not think that he should be grateful to me and should do this for me, and I am the one who connected him to Krishna. We should not feel like that. We should feel Krishna is doing that for them. I am just a humble servant. Although I am not qualified, Krishna is using me. I am so fallen. Krishna is using me to help these devotees. Okay, Krishna, thank you. If you engage me in this service, I'm very grateful to perform this service. That should be our attitude when you happen to help someone in bhakti. This is what Vaishnava principles are. You may not find them very logical. If you're using material logic, you cannot understand this principle. Simple. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make logical sense. Person A help person B in some spiritual life, right? And person B has to be grateful to person A. It seems logical. Fine. But person A should not expect gratitude. That is spiritual logic. Second, this person should consider him as an empowered representative of the Lord, but he should not consider himself like that. That also doesn't mean I am an empowered representative of Krishna. I am the Pratinidhi of Krishna. I have come here to deliver all these people. We should not think like that if you happen to play that role. Right? Actually, we should be humbled to be in that position. And when somebody says like that, also we should be humbled. See, Prabhupada, out of his deep humility, he says, "Look, somehow." You read Prabhupada's comments at the end of Chaitanya Charitamrita. He says that I don't have great devotion and I'm not a great scholar. Bhakti Vedanta Swami is saying that I don't have bhakti, I don't know Vedanta. In short, I'm not a great scholar, I don't have great devotion. Whatever credit is there for my translation work, that credit goes to my spiritual master Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And credit also goes to my American disciples who helped me in editing these books and publishing these books and printing these books and distributing these books. So Prabhupada has given all the credit to his guru and his disciples. He is considering as a mere instrument. And now in this purport of the fourth canto, he says, by the strength of the devotion of one of my disciples, I may also go back to Godhead. This is the humility of a Vaishnava. Prabhupada, being such an exemplary Vaishnava, is writing like this. For thousands of years, these purports will be studied. And we need to imbibe this principle of gratitude, this principle of humility from Bhaktivedanta purports. Right? And Prabhupada is not just writing in a very poetic way. Okay, it's a very good way to put it. No. He actually feels, he means what he's writing. He's actually very humble in writing like that. You see. And if we are not grateful, if we feel very proud of whatever we are doing, if we are not grateful for whatever we are receiving, how can Krishna be pleased with us? He may be kind and compassionate, but Krishna's actual pleasure lies in our genuinity of feeling, genuinity of consciousness. When we are genuinely humble, genuinely grateful, genuinely feel ourselves not qualified to do anything, but still doing many things in Krishna's service. That's what makes Krishna happy. We are doing so many services not because we are qualified, but we are convinced that although I am not qualified, Krishna's mercy is greater than my disqualifications. Krishna's mercy is greater than all my qualifications and disqualifications. He is mercifully giving me an opportunity to do this service. That's how we should feel. That's a reality, not that feeling. That's a reality. Not that we have to imagine like that. It's fact. You don't need to imagine anything. It's a fact. So Dhruva Maharaj is very grateful. And if you happen to become instrumental in someone's spiritual life, maybe you happen to teach them Bhakti Shastra, for example, or Bhakti Vaibhav, or lead the Bhakti Vriksha program, or distribute a book. Simple thing. You took the books which Prabhupada has written and you distributed the book to someone. They paid 10 rupees or 20 rupees, whatever, and they purchased the book Beyond Birth and Death. When I purchased it long back, maybe almost 20 years back or 19 years back, that was one of the first books I ever read, Beyond Birth and Death. You know why I read that? Of all the books, it's colorful. Right? When I opened all the other small books of Prabhupada, they were all in black and white. But when I opened this one, Beyond Birth and Death, I found so many colorful illustrations also, and colors are there. 20 rupees only, that book. I purchased a small book also. I just purchased it and read it, the first book. Then I thought, oh, other books, although they are in black and white, I should read them. Then I read all other books like Science of Self-Realization, A Second Chance, Coming Back, Teachings of Prahlad, On the Way to Krishna. On the Way to Krishna is one of my favorite books. So basically, anyways, one person gives you one book, or you happen to give one book to somebody, and many times book distributors, they don't know what's there in the book. Sometimes, not many times, but sometimes they purchase the book, they pitch the book so much, and some of them, they don't read the book fully. But still, if the person who received book from your hands, if they read the book nicely and they follow the path nicely, and they become eligible to go back to Godhead, by the strength of their devotion, we can also get some mercy. Although their first connection is because of us, probably, but still, by the strength of their devotion, we get some mercy of Krishna. In that mode, we should distribute books. I don't know what's there in the book, but still, Prabhupada said, distribute my books and please me. So I distributed this book. And somebody took that book so seriously and they became very exalted devotees, and by the strength of their devotion, I may also get some entrance somewhere in Goloka. That should be the humble mood of a devotee. Of course, there are some very good, very great devotees who study the book so thoroughly, and when they speak about that book, and the person is convinced, okay, let me take it. But sometimes, even if you don't read the book, still, if you just distribute the book to somebody, and if they take advantage of it, we get that spiritual credit. That's how we should feel. It's not that I am delivering these people by doing door delivery of these books. By doing door delivery of these books, I am delivering them from the material existence. It may be true, but we are not delivering. We are only delivering the book. But their deliverance is happening because of Krishna's grace. Right? That's how we should feel. But it's very unfortunate and it's very immature on the part of someone who says that I have given you all this and you are not doing this. You should be grateful to me. Of course, some senior may even say that also. This to teach gratitude to kids. For example, parents may say that to kids sometimes. You should be grateful. We are getting all these things. That's a part of training, by the way. It's a part of training. Not that they need to take credit for everything. Yeah. Anyways, the essence is when we are grateful and when we are humble, we can practice bhakti nicely. But when we are not humble but proud, when we are not grateful but feel a sense of entitlement, progress in bhakti becomes a very tedious journey. But for someone who is very grateful and humble, spiritual progress becomes very easy. Right? What makes our spiritual journey easy, practical, and enlivening is these qualities of gratitude, humility, compassion, tolerance, satisfaction, patience, like that. We need to care for devotees, and that care must be given with gratitude. I am giving care and I should be grateful. Ye kya chal raha hai? Is it does it sound logical? Does it make any sense? It makes a lot of sense. By Krishna's grace, by the grace of Parampara, we received this valuable opportunity to care for other devotees. Many people in this world, they are caring for their bosses, some other materialistic people, something else. Yeah, care is there throughout the world. Everybody is caring for something. Somebody is caring for camera. For example, this Prabhu is shooting all these lectures and he's taking care of the camera and this tripod nicely, this laptop and this dabba, this speaker. So, but there are so many people who are also taking more meticulous care of their gadgets and shooting what? Unmentionable reels. Right? Have you seen sometimes when you scroll, you feel very disgusted seeing some video. How can somebody shoot like that? Just for popularity, some likes, some shares, some comments. Right? If I'm very clean and presentable and dignified, I'm not getting likes. That may be a little vulgar. I'll get more likes. That's what is happening on the social media nowadays. Right? So people are using the same, they're caring for their gadgets or iPhones or the tripods and all this and using all of them for unmentionable purposes. But we are caring for all this equipment to serve Krishna, to spread Krishna consciousness. So we need to be grateful to get this opportunity to care for whether people or objects. We are caring for many things only to utilize them in Krishna's service, only to connect them in Krishna's service. We need to be grateful for that opportunity. Krishna has kept these people under my care. Krishna kept these objects under my care. Krishna kept this place under my care. Krishna kept this project under my care. And as long as I'm the caretaker, let me take care of them very nicely, gratefully. I'm grateful for this opportunity to care for these Vaishnavas, care for this paraphernalia of Krishna. And when the right time comes, when someone is more capable of caring for them in a much, much better way, let me transfer that responsibility to care for these things in Krishna's service and let me just take care of my sadhana. Right? So even while taking care of others, we need to do it with gratitude. When we receive some service from others, naturally we are grateful to them. supposed to be grateful to them at least. You served me so much, I'm very grateful to you. But a higher principle of gratitude is to get an opportunity to serve others. When you receive service from others, being grateful is like at one level. But when you get to serve them and you are grateful for the opportunity to serve them, that's on a higher level. So whenever we are serving a community of Vaishnavas, we should be happy and grateful for that opportunity. So prasadam serving, there are 5 items or 10 items, and you are serving. Devotees are coming and then you are serving. The person who brought a plate and received that 1 spoon of rice or 1 chapati or 1 gulab jamun from you, they should say thank you out of gratitude. Yeah, you are thanking me. No. You should thank them. If you happen to be on the serving side, you should thank them. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. That's why. Shall I serve? Shall I serve? Say, right? You are serving. So, thank you for allowing me to serve you. That's more gratitude. You are serving and they are grateful. But actually, you need to be grateful to serve them. That's a higher principle of gratitude. Being grateful for receiving service from others is at one level, but being grateful to render service to others is on a higher level. And all of us, in the purest state of consciousness, must look forward to serve other devotees and be grateful to receive that opportunity to serve the devotees. Whether it is by leading or by following, gratitude is mandatory. For example, in Srimad Bhagavatam, Vidura is very grateful. To whom? To Maitreya Muni. For what? Because Maitreya Muni was teaching Bhagavatam to Vidura. Vidura is grateful to Maitreya Muni. However, Maitreya Muni says, Vidura, I am extremely grateful to you because you are hearing Bhagavatam. You may be speaking, but if there is no one to hear, still you should speak to the 4 walls. That's what Acharya said to us. Narada Muni is sitting and Vyasdev is sitting and Krishna is personally there. They are the audience, right? In your Zoom login, there may be 100 people, but there are one or two logins. Or there may be 10 logins. Krishna is sitting there, Yamaraj is sitting there, Narada Muni is sitting there. So many people are also sitting there. You should be grateful for their auspicious presence. So here the speaker is grateful to the audience also. Not only audience are grateful to the speaker. The speaker may be preparing, studying the Shastra and understanding and getting the essence of it and then presenting it for the benefit of audience. You may happen to be a teacher, right? Definitely the students are grateful to the teacher, but in spiritual circles, teachers are grateful to the students also. That Sukadeva Goswami is thanking Parikshit Maharaj for his enthusiasm to hear. Maitreya Muni is thanking Parikshit Maharaj, Vidura. Thank you, Vidura. Because of your enthusiasm and eagerness to hear Harikatha, I am speaking Harikatha. You gave me an opportunity to speak Harikatha. We are making a garland of Krishna's glories. So we are making garlands, right? One flower is just going into the string. So Vidura is asking a question, and asking a question is like offering a flower. And Maitreya Muni is just putting that flower on the string and then making a garland of Krishna's glories. This is glorious. Together they are making a Kirtimala, garland of Krishna's glories. Kirtimala. Read the 3rd canto of Bhagavatam for this word Kirtimala. So speakers are grateful to hearers, hearers are grateful to speakers, and whether you are doing a high profile service or very ground level service, whether you are receiving service or rendering service, gratitude must be there in all walks of life. Every day, every moment of spiritual life is filled with gratitude. If only we can experience it and express it. Sometimes your gratitude may be on the level of emotion only, you may not be able to express it fully. That's fine. Opportunity to express gratitude in the form of practical action is limited. There are so many physical constraints, but emotion must be there. Just like Krishna, on an emotional plane, he's extremely grateful to the gopis. But in an action plane, Krishna said, I don't have the ability to express gratitude. Your expression may be meager, but emotion has to be rich. Sometimes there are 1,000 disciples to a spiritual master, and they all want to serve spiritual master, but the opportunity may be limited. But the eagerness to serve should be there. Gratitude must be there in the heart. Whether you are able to practically render service or not, it always depends on physical constraints. So gratitude is the foundational virtue. I'm very, very grateful to all of you for allowing me to serve you. This is not a poetic or a formal conclusion of the session, but my heartfelt expression. I'm really grateful to all of you for being what you are, and also for allowing me to serve you in this way and giving your kind attention and being very eager to hear. That gives me an opportunity to glorify Krishna. Otherwise, maybe I would have done something else. but last 1 hour or 1.5 hours I have spent remembering Krishna, remembering Krishna's devotees, all because you wanted me to speak on this principle of gratitude. Thank you very much. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any questions or comments? Do we have time?
Yes, sir.
What's the time now?
40.
9:40. Okay. Yes, any questions or comments? Any questions? Yes, Mrs.
Hi, Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you for the class. Prabhuji, my question is that when we are not grateful to someone, at that time we don't realize that. Why is it so? Like in that moment, we're not realizing that we are not acting in a grateful way or in a humble way in this situation. So why does it happen?
It can happen because of multiple reasons, but all reasons can be summarized into one reason: because of Maya. Maya induces in us a feeling of self-sufficiency. I can manage things on my own. I don't need to be grateful to anybody. Hari Samraj is very. So Maya makes us feel that you don't need to be grateful to anybody. Or even if you are grateful, Maya makes you feel that, why are you grateful to him? Kya kiya usne? What has he done for your life? It's all because of your efforts, your enthusiasm, your eagerness, your determination that you have come to this level in bhakti. They have not done anything. Don't give unnecessary credit to them. Oh, really? Correct. I'm in Maya, therefore I'm grateful to these people. Let me come out of Maya. We think like that. By thinking so, we enter Maya. Right? So these are some subtle ways in which Maya attacks us. So I can suggest 2 practical solutions to cultivate, to maintain this feeling of gratitude. One is writing, second is speaking. You keep writing once in a while, at least once in a day if possible, if not once in a week or once in a month or once in a Ekadashi day. Today's Ekadashi day. You can take your pen and paper and then write, okay, I'm grateful to this devotee because he has contributed in this way to my spiritual life. I'm grateful to this devotee, he helped me in this way. I'm grateful to this devotee, he cleared these doubts. He guided me in this way. He taught me in this way. He or she, whatever. I'm grateful to my parents because they have done something. So writing. Maintain your, what is that technically called? Gratitude journal. Right. And second, you can speak. You can express your gratitude either directly to the devotee in the form of an email, or express your gratitude towards one devotee in front of another devotee. Expressing gratitude directly to the devotees on one level, but behind their back, instead of gossiping about them, expressing gratitude towards them to others, that's even more better. Right? You are grateful to this devotee, and you're expressing your gratitude to that devotee in front of this devotee. That devotee helped me so much. Because of him only I'm here. I have seen that in several communities. In some communities, I have seen some devotees come to me and they speak profusely good things, positive things about either some devotee in that same community or some senior devotee or some leader. Because of him, I did like this. That's very good. Recently, I went to Dubai. I stayed in the home of an elderly couple. They are like my parents. Actually, little elder to my parents also. And I have seen several devotees in that community. I spent almost 10 days in Dubai. Several devotees in that community told me that this devotee, this elderly couple, they are like my parents. They took care of me in this way. They helped me in this way. And many devotees keep coming to their home, and this this elderly couple, they treat them like their children or grandchildren, and they have that close connection, close bonding with each other. They feel that is their home only. They give corrections, and the corrections are received with so much of gratitude and not offense. So, expressing gratitude behind their back also is very good. Instead of gossiping or speaking their faults behind their back, speak their glories behind their back. So that we can remember regularly the favors that we have received from others. But unfortunately, when there is a slight misunderstanding or some problem that we faced in our relation with the devotee, then our whole focus goes on that little negative interaction, and we forget every good thing that they have done for us. That's how Maya attacks us in our bhakti. Very dangerous. Actually, we need to ignore that negativity and focus on the positivity as much as humanly possible. Of course, when the abuse is like too severe, the wound is too severe, we are too much hurt. Yeah, I understand it's a little difficult. Then also we should not hold negativity. You may maintain some safe distance because you are too much hurt. But at the same time, we should not fail to notice their good qualities. Especially on a personal plane, if you have received some favor or guidance or some support in your personal spiritual life, we should not fail to ignore or be ungrateful for it. Makes sense? Right. I saw one more hand. Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you very much, Prabhu, for very nicely emphasizing the importance of being grateful. I was wondering, as a recipient of anything, is there any obligation from law of karma perspective, or there are all karmas, or I mean, say beyond expressing gratitude on the emotional level, or is there anything from obligation from law of karma perspective?
We are obliged to many people because of law of karma. But that does not abandon the need to be grateful. So, how do our utilizing that understanding of law of karma? That's important. Say you are supposed to serve somebody, you are serving somebody, and maybe you are not getting so much of reciprocation from them. मेरा कर्मा है इसलिए इसके नीचे आ गया मैं. Right? He's extracting so much of activity for me because of my karma in the past life. That's one way of looking at it. But a more positive and enlivening and spiritual way of looking at it is, it's okay. Because of my karma, I'm getting purified. I'm grateful to this devotee for exhausting my karma. Right? So we can, that understanding of karma can make us feel negative or even positive. I didn't understand what exactly is you're trying to say. How are you connecting karma and kritagnata?
As a recipient of any service, I can express my gratitude, emotionally.
Recipient of service means recipient of getting an opportunity to serve, or recipient of
being served.
Being served. Okay.
Somebody drops me somewhere, or somebody gets me some
Okay,
prasad
fine.
or something like that. So if I'll definitely generally say thank you
Thank
and
you.
all those things.
Another way of looking at it is karma. In my past life, I dropped him somewhere. This time he dropped me here.
I'm asking from reaction perspective, not justification perspective. Yeah, if I don't reciprocate on a material platform or
So if he's getting dropped somewhere,
Okay.
so he has received some benefit. So does he have to actually drop that person somewhere to reciprocate with him in that manner as well, or just by saying thank you or whatever is?
Bas ho gaya. Thank you, sufficient. Is that the question?
Yeah.
Exactly, is that the question? Prabhuji understood your heart. You need to be grateful to that person. If you get an opportunity in future, you can also reciprocate with that service that you have received by serving him back as much as humanly possible. And as I said sometime back, that emotion of gratitude must be there, but whether you get an opportunity to express that gratitude in an actionable way or not, it depends on so many constraints. Right? If he's a devotee in your own community, you can always drop him back tomorrow. You can even take him on a long drive also. Right? By dropping 10 minutes drive or 10 20 minutes drive, you can take him on an airplane somewhere else also. Up to you. You have regular interaction. But for example, if you received some service from some stranger, okay, let me share one experience. Recently, when I was coming to the airport, I had to visit one devotee doctor on the way. So I was going there, but somehow in Mumbai, it's like a very, very narrow lane, and there's a high cement road. And that's very high above this like normal ground plane, right? So he has to take a turn, but it's a narrow road. So he had to just turn the vehicle in this way, and somehow he just came down that cement road, which is like almost some 10 inches above this level, and he's struggling to just car driver is struggling to just take it above it, and it's not going, and car is also getting little damaged. So there's one college student. He found a wooden plank there on the spot, like somewhere little close, 5-6 feet ahead. So he immediately picked up that wooden plank and kept it under the tire, and our driver effortlessly took it on the road. We don't know who he is. I never saw his face, he never saw my face. I mean, I also got down. Maybe he thought, okay, some weight comes down and then at least he can take it up. But he's struggling. The driver is struggling. Then he just randomly helped, and I need to express gratitude. I just had some, I think, cookies or something like that. I just offered it to him and I said, thank you. But I don't know whether I will be able to see him anytime. I have not seen him, although this event happened some 7-8 months back. Till now, I have not seen him. I don't know whether I will ever be able to see him or not. But I'm grateful to him. I'm expressing his gratitude to him here now in a different country. Right? So you need to be grateful to some people, and if there is a possibility, you can always express that gratitude in a form of practical help, but it may not be possible always. But if you unnecessarily bring karma perspective there, then it may be karma also, but if you unnecessarily bring karma perspective, we may dilute that feeling of gratitude, which is very rich emotion. So karma is generally based on logic. Gratitude is a feeling, an emotion. So whenever you try to evaluate an emotion with a logic, if it's a positive emotion, we just reduce the effect of that positive emotion. If it's a negative emotion, you can always balance with a proper logic. Then you can feel a little lighter. But if it's a rich, positive, spiritual emotion, you don't have to unnecessarily bring in the perspective of karma there and then feel less grateful. I don't know if it makes sense. So in short, you may or may not be able to express your gratitude in words or in actions, but that feeling has to be there. And we may not even connect it with karma in most cases, as far as gratitude is concerned. Does it answer the question? Yes, bro. I saw his hand first.
Thank you, Prabhuji, again for a very nice class. Prabhuji, you mentioned that don't have undue and unreasonable expectations. So, are you able to help us understand maybe what is undue and unreasonable, or is it that you shouldn't have any expectations?
Yesterday you took me to your restaurant. If somebody comes and orders, what were you serving? Pani puri.
Pani puri.
Somebody orders a plate of pani puri. It's expected that the plate comes to him in 5-10 minutes maximum. Half an hour passed. No delivery. I should not have any expectations. I should just pay the bill, get the token, and give the token to him and wait for pani puri perpetually. I should not expect that it should come at this time only. No, not that way. A reasonable expectation is within 5-10 minutes it should come. An unreasonable expectation is as soon as I give token, it should be there. Hot pani puri should be there in my plate. That's unreasonable expectation. And sentimentalism is even after half an hour, if they are not getting, you are very tolerant and patient. Gratitude. In the name of gratitude, tolerance, patience, no expectations, etc. You don't have to allow yourself to get exploited, or you don't have to be deprived of even basic privileges. Right? So unreasonable expectation is expectations that are unreasonable. Means expectations that are very, very high, unnecessary, and even compromise on your basic ethics. So that's unreasonable, but reasonable expectations are fine. Does it make sense? Does it answer your question? You have anything specific example to ask in specific case without taking any names?
Yeah, for example, parents, spouses, what is like that in those types of examples, friends.
What is the incident? What's the example?
So I don't have an incident. So what is, I guess, in those examples, like in those relationships, what is reasonable and unreasonable expectations? Or is there, it just has to be based on the situation, based on the relationship, you have to just understand and try and come to a balance.
Correct.
There.
It's subjective.
Yeah.
What is reasonable expectation in a relationship could be very unreasonable in another relationship. Right? It's subjective depending on the time, place, circumstances, and people involved. Yes, you had yes.
Yes, Prabhuji. I'm thinking, should I ask or not? But because it's extension to what Prabhuji asked, but you towards the end you said karma is more logic and gratitude is more a feeling. But just that extension, Prabhuji, say for if we receive a service and then if we actually show gratitude, would it actually become an akarma? That means we don't we are free from karmic bondage. if you don't show gratitude, that is mean that like it becomes a bondage to us.
But why should we make this connection between karma and gratitude? Be grateful. If we don't show gratitude, will it become karmic bondage? It can become. Why not? Right? There are 4 types of sons. One of them is Runanubandhi Putra. One is Shatru Putra. Second is Runanubandhi Putra. Third, Udasena Putra. And fourth is Sevaka Putra. Runanubandhi Putra is you are supposed to pay something, clear some loan. You could not clear that loan and somebody died. And the person who is supposed to take that money from you in the past life, who could not collect it, he will take birth as a son and that full paisa vasool. Right? That is Runanubandhi. But let's not bring spiritual gratitude down to the level of this karmic reactions and all. I think this discussion is little unreasonable. We are in a very divine consciousness of Krishna's gratitude, devotee's gratitude, and your karma. Okay. I think enough, Prabhu. You didn't ask a question, right?
Yeah.
Yes. You also didn't ask a question. Mataji asked once.
Thank you for the very enlightening lecture on gratitude, Prabhuji. Just one simple question is there any
I have 3 more classes. So I'm just...
Is there any expiry date for gratitude?
No. No gratitude, no expiry date. Why these thoughts are coming? Why such unreasonable thoughts and perspectives?
Maya is very powerful.
Karma, Runanubandhi, expiry date. Yes, I skipped this question. I pass. Yes,
Hopefully I'll just change the topic.
maybe Amrish Maharaj Prabhu can answer. Pass to him.
Prabhuji, as we usually know and understand that the expectations lead to frustration. But if we see like someone's behavior, like maybe kids or any like maybe devotees or
His
any,
glances are little different when you said kids.
and if someone's behavior changes and it's difficult, and obviously if someone is in a community or friend circle or anywhere, and you just keep on giving your 100%, to just make sure that the relationship doesn't deteriorate from here, and but the other person isn't willing or is not able to see your good intentions. So at some stage, do we need to pull the plug and just be like respect from a distance, or when is the time to take a U-turn if need be at all?
Here we can bring in karma discussion. Right? When somebody is troubling us or behaving unreasonably with us despite our good intentions, then that's an opportunity for us to become humble. Even Krishna could not please everybody. Even Krishna is misunderstood. Despite Krishna's good intentions to unite Pandava's family and Gaurava's family and remind them that we are in the same family, Duryodhana misunderstood Krishna. What to do? Duryodhana even tried to arrest Krishna, attack Krishna. So even the Lord is misunderstood when he came to this material world. Pandavas misunderstood. Pandavas were misunderstood by their own brothers or cousins. Bharat Maharaj, our Lord Ramachandra's brother Bharat, he was misunderstood by his own mother, Kaikeyi. Kaikeyi thought that if I give kingdom to my son Bharat, he will be very happy. If I remove Ram from his life, then he'll be very happy. Bharat said, how can you feel that? As a mother, you have not understood me. As a mother, you are supposed to understand what am I expecting, but you have completely failed to understand. How can I be happy to see Lord Ramachandra living in the forest, and how can I sit on the throne of Lord Ramachandra in his absence? How could you even imagine that that can give me any grain of happiness? Right? So despite being misunderstood by so many people, and after that, Bharat was misunderstood by Vasishta Muni, Kaushalya Devi, Lakshman, Guha, all the Ayodhyavasis, Dasharatha Maharaj. Dasharatha Maharaj said, this Bharat is not qualified to perform my funeral rites. I reject him as my son. So one devotee, completely innocent devotee, who did not have even an iota of negative intention towards anybody, is being misunderstood by everybody. Practically, entire kingdom was misunderstood. So if we are feeling bad that one devotee did not understand your good intentions, we need to understand that our problem is insignificant compared to what Bharat faced, compared to what many other great souls, and compared to what Krishna and Ram also faced. Right. So that's an opportunity for us to become humble and realize that this material world is like this only. It's meant to make us humble. Become humble and wait for the devotee. You cannot demand that, oh, I have good intentions. Why is he misunderstanding? Samjho na? Why are you not accepting my good intentions? I have done a mistake in the past, but I said sorry, right? Sorry, bola na. Should I fall at your feet? These are common dialogues. Come. Should I touch your feet? I'll touch your feet. They create an emotional scene there. Right? And just because you said sorry, that does not mean the person immediately has to accept your apologies and then hug you. He's not Dhruva Maharaj yet. Right. Indra said sorry, Dhruva Maharaj embraced him. Don't worry. But everybody is not Dhruva Maharaj around us. And also depends on how much we have hurt them. So let's not demand certain response from others. Let's accommodate their response. Especially when there is a mistake on our part. Although there is zero mistake on Bharat's part, still he was misunderstood by everybody. Bharat never rejected anybody. He only spoke little harshly in front of Kaikeyi because she is the one who created so much big scene. But he did not speak harshly in front of anybody. So he took that same Ayodhyavasis who misunderstood him thoroughly and went to the forest to request, to beg Lord Ramachandra to come back to Ayodhya. Although in Vaishnava association we are misunderstood by Vaishnavas only, we should still take shelter of that Vaishnavas and serve the Lord. Ayodhyavasis are Vaishnavas. Bharat is a Vaishnava. And these Ayodhyavasis misunderstood this Vaishnava, Bharat. Did Bharat reject the Vaishnava Sangha? No. And even though Bharat clarified his intention, still there were some bitter feelings. Many Ayodhyavasis had some bitter feelings towards Bharat for all the 14 years till Ram came back. Whatever may be the reason, because of him, Ram is not with us. 14 years of separation. Bharat tolerated all that. Was there any mistake on his part? Compared to his pain, what is our pain? Is it pain at all? It's unreasonable to say that we are undergoing some pain. Right? If you compare it, your pain with others, of course. We have an ability to tolerate pain, and he had a very great ability to tolerate pain. But to develop that tolerance, we can compare yourself with him. That's a good way to cultivate that tolerance. Okay. I think we'll conclude here. Thank you very much. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Gauranga Prabhuji ki jai.